So I've thought a lot about frugal living and simple living, and today I just thought I would share a few thoughts about that. It seems to me that we are constantly being told to want more and more, and that can be quite overwhelming. So I would say that the first step is to pause and to decide what enough actually looks like for you. When you get clear on what really matters to you, it becomes so much easier to spend your time, money, and your energy on the life that you actually want, not necessarily the one that the world might be trying to market to you. The other thing I wanted to mention is to think about your values and to live according to that, no matter what the greater world is doing. Even if it's different, even if people won't really understand and you have to explain things. And yeah, it really is kind of interesting how you shift and adapt what you're saying according to who you're talking to and how much they can understand or relate to you. I found myself doing that recently when talking to friends who are like from the past of like a long time ago, trying to explain what I do with my days. You know, I homeschool the kids and why and all of these kind of things. But in the end, it doesn't really matter what other people think. It's like if you're doing it and you're happy with it, then great, you're doing the right thing. The cost of everything has really been going up lately, and that can cause a fair bit of stress. It has definitely made me more aware of how every choice that we make really does add up, not just in terms of money, but also how it shapes your daily life. I've started paying closer attention to what I bring into my home, what I say yes to, and how I spend my time. I read somewhere recently that nearly 60% of Canadians grow fruits, herbs, vegetables, or flowers for their own personal use. I find it really heartening that there is this resurgence of interest in growing your own food and in food preservation. Gaining practical skills is honestly so empowering. It reminds us that we don't need fancy tools and we don't need convenience foods to live well. This here is sweet corn that we grew ourselves over the summer. We sell the corn to seed companies, but we always keep some for ourselves too. My favorite way to use it up is to make cornmeal. Making your own cornmeal or your own flour can seem overwhelming at first, but it's actually very doable. You can just buy your wheat berries in bulk. We order it in these big bags and then we grind it, and that gives you fresh flour. Cornbread is great because it's filling, it doesn't use a lot of ingredients, and everyone seems to really love it. So what I wanted to say in all this is that living simply isn't about depriving yourself. It's about creating a life that feels calm, intentional, and meaningful. It's choosing to live with less so that you can have more of what really matters. And when you focus on sustainable habits, then you're not only saving money, but you can also build, hopefully, a more resilient home. For me, simple living basically just means being authentic in what you do and being intentional with your choices and your decisions. And that can really make a big impact in your daily life. So for me, when I'm thinking about what to make for dinner, it might mean looking into the freezer or the pantry instead of running off to the grocery store. And this kind of life takes a lot of effort and a lot of energy and sometimes a lot of planning, because if you don't plan ahead, then you might not eat that day. So it does take some thinking through, but I think it's really worth it. So that's how it's been happening for me and for our family for the last couple of years. And so we grow a lot of our own food and we preserve a lot of it, and we put some down in the cold storage and we can some. And our freezers are stocked full right now, which is wonderful. It's a great feeling to head into winter knowing that there is food in the house. It just means that you have to plan your meals when it comes to eating so that you can make sure to have some proper meals every day, which is not always easy. And there are definitely days where we just will have like pesto pasta or something that's easier, or like, I don't know what they call it, homesteader fast food. I don't know. But there are definitely days where we will just do that. The other thing I wanted to add was just kind of lately thinking about what's happening in the world at large can make you feel sometimes a little powerless. Like, what could I do? And I came across something that someone said recently about doing acts of kindness, but not to strangers. I mean, to strangers, sure, but bringing that sort of mentality and that mindset to your daily life and to your family or your coworkers or whoever you're surrounded by. And that really stuck with me, because when you think about doing acts of kindness, you usually think about like helping the older lady cross the road or whatever it may be. But what if you shifted that and brought that sort of attention and mindfulness and awareness to your surroundings and to your actual daily life? What would that look like? So I thought I would share that little nugget of wisdom that doesn't come from me, but that stuck to me like a leaf. And maybe it will blow its way towards you and maybe have some sort of impact on your day or make you think too. So I think that's about it for now. We're midway into November right now, and the weather is shifting, and I can definitely feel it. And snow is coming just around the corner. But yeah, I think that's about it. I hope you are doing really well and enjoying this day, and I will see you very soon.